Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 5921 Southwest Ralston Drive here in Portland. Located in the garage, we're right behind kind of the divider between the two different garage doors. We've got a 4-inch cast iron cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running. We're going to zero out here at the base of the cleanout access. And off we go. We're just transitioning here into 6-inch concrete. You do have a hole that is opened up here right at that very first joint. My camera wants to go, see if we can get around that thing, but there we go. We will revisit that on the way out. You do have a hole that's opened up there at the pipe joint. Yeah, you're losing pretty much all your water flow here. I've got a sink running right now, full bore. Right when we get past that joint there, your water's disappearing. At some point here, it'll probably start picking back up. What typically happens in a scenario like this, the house sits for a bit, the dirt around the pipe dries out, and so water will very easily escape into the ground around the pipe.
Because it's so thirsty.
Yeah. Once it gets saturated, that water flow will start picking up probably. But anyway, you're losing water there. We don't want that. That can, one, lead to hydro erosion, which can cause the line to settle over time. But two, you don't want to go creating a sinkhole underneath your driveway or something fun like that. We've lost probably, 70–80% of the water there. And right there towards the end, the line did transition over to clay pipe, and that's the main lateral there at about 70 feet. So we're going to go locate that. Given the fact, and I'll point them out as we come back in, I can tell that just about every joint in the line here is compromised to some extent. Most of them are showing signs that they're open to the ground. The plus side is that the line has great slope and grade to it. There's no hydro erosion that's gotten to the point where it's caused the line to settle. So this is one of those lines that looks like you can do trenchlessly and shoot an epoxy liner through it and seal it up that way. All right, it's been located there. It's a very tricky spot to locate. I can tell whoever was out here last time was having just as much fun as I was getting a locate there. I'm getting around 11 to 13 feet. The other markings I'm seeing out there are saying 12 to 13. It's in that ballpark at the main. It's a very tricky spot for whatever reason to get a locate. It's a very deep line for one thing. So anyway, the line here, the flow line's you've got dirt streaking throughout the whole, at least latter half of the line. Most of these joints here are allowing dirt to seep through them. So this is a good time to get on this. I would highly recommend looking into the prospect of an epoxy liner for this type of repair. Should save huge amounts of money. It's one of those unique sewer lines that 100% of it is under concrete.
Yeah. How's your
All right, we're gonna go ahead and reel the camera. I did take another locate there right at the street edge. I'm getting around 8 feet, and hopefully that's not even a factor unless some issue were to occur during like a liner process where it required digging. Oh, you've actually got some roots starting to come through here right inside the transition there. So I would recommend a full update to all concrete and clay pipe within homeowner responsibility. You can do that however you want to, but I would recommend looking at the epoxy liner system first and foremost. And I recommend a rescope afterwards to check the work. It's important to do that. If at all possible, what I would look into here is, I know that they can get these pieces made there. It's basically a transition piece where the liner goes from 4 to 6 inch. If you can do a liner that overlaps this joint, it would be ideal. You've got roots that are punching through here right after the joints, and these transition joints are typically your weakest joints in a line to root intrusions. I just would hate to see a root come through that transition joint after a liner's installed. If you can overlap the pipe joint, it reduces the likelihood that can happen. And then after any repairs are done, I do recommend rescoping the line to check the work. It's important to do that.
so in that